Hello, Gemini. It is Rebecca Empathic Crow. This is your energy general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for May 2026. And I am cracking up because when I tapped into Sagittarius and Cancer, I just wrote random order down for the readings today. There were these just very clear messages or visuals. Yours is songs, and of course it wouldn't be Gemini if it wasn't just really, like I said, cracking me up. So first I heard, and I don't even know this song very well, so I may tell you the lyrics wrong, but it's like, here we go, one more time, everybody's looking fine, here we go now. Who is that by? Is that NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or something? I don't know. That's showing my age, right? And then I was like, okay, where are we going with this message? So then I hear, get the party started. So we got Pink coming in. So, and she says on a Saturday night, and when I'm recording this, it is a Saturday. So who knows? But Gemini, from your energy, I am not 111 on the clock necessarily yet getting exactly where we're going. And like I said, that is definitely a Gemini energy. I have a Gemini rising, so I get it. Let's see what's going on. Where are we starting? We'll start with the Light Seers Tarot. All right, Gemini. What do the cards have to say? Where is Spirit leading me for your message? Oh my goodness. All right, Ace of Cups. Let me look at this. Ooh. So right here, this looks like, of course it's water, but it looks kind of like a feather. I'm hearing light as a feather, light as a feather. Are you Gemini, I know we're coming up on your season, not necessarily May. Well, yeah. Is it May? Yeah, May through June, because my husband's a Gemini and he's beginning of June. So we are coming up on your season. But there's this cup in this heart. It's like you're in this like big energy right now. That's what I'm getting. Like I can't stop smiling. My jaws are actually hurting a little bit from smiling during your reading, Gemini. And we have one card and two songs so far, right? But I do see her, the way she's holding the cup like this, I'm hearing contained. It feels like trying to keep it contained. Like there's this big heart, you're coming out, you're on the scene, but trying to keep it contained. So let me see what's going on with that, because your light's shining. Is it the emotions that you're trying to keep contained? So Justice like jumped out to the side. And so that could be it with the balance. It's like there's this part of you that the world sees, and there's this part of you that you try to not show as much. And so it's balancing those aspects and keeping the emotions contained. Because we have, yeah, the moon. So with that full moon, releasing the things that no longer serve. We've even got the two wolves, of course, at the top. And it's reminding me of, I've referenced this in multiple videos, but it's reminding me of that indigenous story about the two wolves inside, and the 333 on the clock. The grandson, I think it is, says which wolf presents or something like that. And it's whichever one you feed. So there's different sides of yourself, because I'm seeing someone who's like, I could step to you, but you know what? I'm not going to do that. So you got a big heart. I don't know exactly what the situation is right now, but you're trying to stay balanced, and you're trying to allow yourself to not feed one wolf or the other too much. Because sometimes we do have to get in the energy of setting boundaries and being able to very clearly say, this is not okay, or this is okay. Let's see what else is in this card right here, because I'm really feeling called to look at the water. So you've got this woman, and she's fallen under the water. Is that her dress? Her dress is flowing up. Let's look at her face. So it's like, even though she's under the water, even though she looks like she's drowning, but even though she looks like she's in this state where she's not able to do much for herself, there's still light from the moon that's coming down to her, and it looks like sparkles and stardust. Even in the dark, you have a light is what I'm hearing. Even in the dark, you have a light. So this is where the balance is coming in too, because even as somebody, because not everybody understands Gemini. They may see them as like two-sided. Like one time I see you and you're this way, and another time I see you and you're that way. And what they don't understand is that all of that is you. You're not being fake. You're not trying to change it up for whoever you're around. Gemini, that's just you. You have a lot of different aspects to your personality. And then also the fact that your sun sign is not the only sign you have. So if you're even watching this from other having different placements and stuff, like I said, I'm Gemini rising, those aspects are going to play out for you in different ways, even depending 555 on the clock where your placement is. And it's okay for you to change things up. So in this card, the water and emotions is controlled. In this card, it feels like an overwhelm, not feeling like you can control your emotions. And that definitely leans into this justice. Notice that on the top, the face on the top looks very calm and peaceful. The face on the bottom, I'm going to tell you who this reminds me of because I love her. The facial expression is reminding me of Katie Sagal when she's in Sons of Anarchy. I absolutely love her. I follow her on Instagram. I love watching her stuff. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I do. I love her. I've loved her since Married with Children because, yes, I'm old. But it's very much so, I heard take no shit, but there was something before that. I don't know. But basically defending yourself. So with this, it's balancing. Do I approach this situation from a calm way? Or am I going to lay the law down? And I feel like it's understanding, as I said before, boundaries are necessary. So you can't always just come out and be the fun person, loving energy and things like that. Sometimes you're going to have to lay down the law. And it's not always going to be pretty. It doesn't mean that we have to tear people down or anything like that, but it's letting people know, nope, we're not doing this. You're not going to pull me down. You're not going to drag me under. Now I'm hearing Amy Lee going under. So what does she say? Now I have to sing it. I can't just say it because I won't remember. Now I will tell you what I've done for you. 50,000 tears I've cried. And I know I'm not like fully doing the melody and everything. Defeated by you. You thought I'd reach the bottom. I'm dying again. I'm going under. Drowning in you. But I feel like, Gemini, that's what, again, this is. Because look at the other card that we got, the King of Wands. Whatever somebody's saying, you're not going under, because that, even with that song, it's like, I'm taking my power back. So this is you taking your power back. And please excuse I was trying not to necessarily sing the whole song to get to the point. But if I'm just speaking the words, I'll forget them. Hearing that melody in my head helps me. So I don't know why I'm explaining that to you. Maybe your mind works in a similar way, but the bottom line is, like, he's holding the chess piece. He doesn't have to, oh, that's not even the King of Wands, that's the Emperor. But maybe you're needing to step into that King of Wands energy. I didn't even look at the card. I just looked down and vaguely looked at it. Because the King of Wands in this deck, he's got a lion behind him, and he's wearing a red shirt too, and yellow pants. Maybe that's why. But no, this is the Emperor. So yeah, with the Justice, you're setting the boundaries, or you will be. And you're controlling those emotions by recognizing that no matter what, if you got people trying to pull you down, making you feel like you got to be in one energy or the other, you decide, Gemini. You decide what energy you're in. And it looks like he's sitting on the Sun or Mercury. I heard going to war, so I heard so Mercury is coming to mind. So again, you don't have to battle. It's just getting really clear on what you will and won't accept and how you want to communicate that. And knowing that even not communicating or even saying no, full boundary. Let's see where else we're, okay. The Hanged Man. Yeah, so it's a perspective shift. Spirit putting an exclamation point on that one. It's a perspective shift. Like, you can feel like you're going under, or you can feel like you're on top. And really, like with that light that's around the person's head. And did we have a Pink song? Yes. Get the party started. Because the way that it's, you know, somebody doing like the ribbon dance or whatever it's called, that's reminding me of her. Like, it's, yeah, I could just be hanging here, or I could be doing a beautiful performance that actually takes a lot of muscle strength and strength in general, because I'm going to take this hanging situation that you think you're giving me, and I'm going to turn it into something where I feel comfortable and I'm in control and I'm doing my own thing. Like, that's the energy I'm getting. And Gemini, that's what you do. 11:11 on the clock is work on taking those emotions, turning them around, and taking the higher road and focusing on you, focusing on what you need to do. So we're going to put this this way, and then I'm seeing that fish right there, the Pisces. So again, going back to it's controlling those emotions. You don't have to drown in this water. You don't have to drown in the emotions. You've got this, Gemini. Death card on the bottom. You're letting go of the past. And then King of Cups. Okay, so again, you are getting into this energy of getting grounded and controlling those emotions. Where are we going next, Gemini? We're going to go to the Urban Crow Oracle, because I'm hearing, what are we releasing? Get clear. I'm hearing get clear. What are we releasing? So, Spirit, goodness gracious, what are we releasing? We have 44, which breaks down to an 8, which is a strength card in the tarot. Scavenge. So you don't have to feel like you're going around just kind of picking up whatever you need to. What I'm seeing is an artist, and they have a new tube of paint, but then they have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So they could just, because what I'm seeing is the tube of paint is purple, but they got a little bit of red and a little bit of blue, and they're older, but they realize, like, the tubes are older, but they realize, oh, well, I could open up that purple, but I could save it for something else. So I could instead just use the blue and the red and make purple, and then even add some other things in. So I'm seeing this scavenge as letting go of that feeling that you're having to just get the scraps is what I'm hearing, but understanding that it's not getting, yeah, it's like this, that's it. It's like this Hanged Man energy. I was like, there's something I've said before. It's that perspective shift. It's not that you're just taking the scraps. It's that you're taking things and repurposing them, or reusing them, or creating something beautiful from something that other people would toss out. So again, that's that alchemizing and making things different, that balance, being able to change the perspective. 45, which breaks down to a 9, self-interest. Ooh. So notice that you've got this bird right here that's taking the mouse, right? So that crow's taking the mouse, and then this other crow is like, hey, we're all looking for something. So we're still in that scavenge energy. And then you have these other crows down here. They're in a field of dandelions. So I always call those wishes. What's back here, though? I haven't been turning on all my lights, so it makes it a little harder to see, but it feels better. So there are flowers and dandelions, and there's a cloud, and then there's some light up here. So I'm just kind of looking, because what I was getting is with the dandelions, I see that as there's opportunities. You know, those wishes, there's opportunities and things. And this crow isn't seeing the opportunities. These crows are looking through the opportunities. And this one's like 14:44 on the clock. I'm just taking the opportunity. I'm just taking the thing and leaving. Like, you could have maybe even had something better, but you just took this real quick, and then this one's getting upset. So it's balance again. And it's okay to slow down and look at what it is that you want, because maybe you're missing something if you don't. I hope that made sense, because it felt a little all over the place, but right at the same time. All right, and 42, which breaks down to a 6, routine. So this card in and of itself already shows that there has to be a balance, and that we have to release some things. So you don't want to necessarily, and Gemini, this is a perfect card, right? You don't necessarily want to get into this feeling of routine, mundane, doing things the same way that everybody else is doing what's expected. Because you already know, if you're not hurting anyone or yourself, you don't have to just go with the flow. And then the top card, yes, there's a community and you're seeing it up close. Like, this is further away, you're seeing it up close. But these crows, they are... Sorry for the pause. I realized, okay, so these crows are flying away from this city, that these crows are actually flying toward. So it's like I'm seeing a fish swimming upstream. It's like you're going toward the opposite thing. But what was I saying before? Because that was coming through really clear too. I think it was kind of just looking at, again, it's that perspective. That's what we were getting at. Okay, the perspective shift. Because these crows are seeing the city as mundane, boring, something that they have to leave, whereas these crows are flying back because they're seeing a different side of it. So you may feel like you're stuck in this field and you're not sure what you're looking for, and somebody's already taken the thing that maybe you thought you wanted. I don't know where that light keeps coming from, but that's okay. Maybe it shows on camera, maybe it doesn't. But if you're only focused on the one way that something seems, and again, we're going back to the scavenge and the pain example. Things that other people, or even you, may see as insignificant, if you change your perspective, you can turn it around. And you're turning it into a party. I'm hearing pink, get the party started again. Gemini, your message has been kind of like this, or at least feels like it. Sometimes I watch the videos back to see, like, is the message as scattered as it feels? And sometimes it's not as scattered as it felt when I usually listen. It's weird sometimes to watch myself do them. I do watch the channeled messages because it's interesting to see my facial expressions and things when I'm channeling, because I don't remember those at all. These tarot readings, I remember a little sometimes, at least the energy. Here we go one more time. Everybody's looking fine. Here we go. Get the party started. Yeah, so life's not always going to be a party. Life is not always going to be boring and mundane in the routine. And so I feel like a big part of this message for you, Gemini, is balance. That it's not just looking after yourself. Some of it is looking after others, but it's always going to be the balance. And understanding with this Justice card, because I have a feeling some of you may have big justice sensitivity. I get it. I do too. But people are going to do things and you can't change it, and it may upset you. If it's something that's hurting someone or someone hurting you or someone else, then I can't say don't do something about it. But sometimes we get too caught up in that, and then we miss the things that we enjoy or miss the things we want to do because we're so caught up in that frustration with the injustice. So sometimes the justice for yourself is that you allow yourself to do the things that you want. Let's get a Rebecca Campbell, Work Your Light. Nope. I was saying that, but we're going to go to the Cosmic Record and end with the Rebecca Campbell, Work Your Light. All right, Gemini. I guess that's the card. Be real. Enough. No more hiding yourself. Loudly voice your inner thoughts. Uphold your truth. When you speak up, you'll enter a higher vibrational level. Get this party started, Gemini. So like I said, not everything that we think has to come out through our mouths, but when you get clear and you're feeling really passionate about something and you want to say it, say it. And it doesn't have to come in a way that, like I was talking about with this, that it's cutthroat. We're getting right back to the beginning. And I understand now where we went down that whole justice sensitivity trail. justice sensitivity isn't a bad thing. It's just as with most things, it's all about balance. It's just how we present it. So Gemini, still be yourself. I feel like you will, but sometimes we may feel a little knocked down and frustrated by things that are going on around us. So what is going to bring this around? What's the final advice from the Work Your Light deck from Rebecca Campbell? Oh, nope. Oh, interesting. So I thought a card had flipped over because I knew that wasn't the back of the Rebecca Campbell deck, but this is from the Inner Child Oracle. It's for be still, cultivate a space of silence, stillness and silence to just be. And there's that full moon and the rainbow. I feel like this is presenting in your reading, Gemini, because I do believe things happen for a reason. We may not always know what it is. To say that, and we've got that little house right in the middle of this storm, that you get to choose. And that's what I had been saying before, when and how you speak up, what you do, how you react and respond to things. Sometimes it is going to call for you to be in that King of Cups balanced energy where you're not necessarily making a move, you're balancing your emotions, just like where we started with the Ace of Cups before you say something or begin. All right, let's see if there's a Rebecca Campbell message that's coming out, and I'll have to put that back in the Inner Child Oracle. Gemini, you're full of surprises. Is there a final message, or was that it? That may have been it. Like I said, Gemini, your reading has to be extra today. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So notice that even in this imagery, it's looking like opposites. So sometimes you're going to have to go through the crap to get to the good things. Just like the lightning, it reminds me of the Tower card. But understanding that it doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that it's good. But sometimes it is part of our experience, part of what creates that strength for us and helps us to navigate situations. Because having that past experience sometimes allows us to come from a more balanced and aspect where we understand things a bit more. All right, Gemini, I hope that that was helpful, and I definitely would love if you'd leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Any of those things help the messages get where they need to go. And also, especially if you did connect with this, I'd love to hear what you have to say about that balanced energy and how you get balanced. Things that maybe you do feel sensitive toward. If you feel like sharing those, sometimes it helps to get them out. I don't necessarily want to create like a dumping space, but at the same time, maybe that is helpful. And probably other people are going to feel that way too. But like I said, remember, it's about balance. So if you do leave a comment about some of those things, we're not bashing or anything. It could even just be one word things like people being, or bullying, people being mean, whatever it is. I heard what grinds your gears. We're going back to Sagittarius now because that's what I was seeing, were gears and grinding. All right, let's get going. And I'm going to take this party and we're going to stop it for now. But thank you for bringing the party, Gemini, and I will see you again for June. Take care. Happy birthday to anybody who has birthdays in the month of May.